Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. I'm not going to talk about SIBOS today because Oz Crypto was actually there and he was able to visit the Ripple booth and talk to some Swift people in person. His interaction is very interesting. He streamed 2 live reports, and I think that you can get the very best feedback from listening to his live streams. So there you have the information for SIBOS in Sydney in Australia. And then if you didn't see this, of course, there's the Money 2020 in Las Vegas, and it started today. There was a debate between David Schwartz, who's the CTO of Ripple, along with Esther Pease, which is the Senior Vice President of Product Strategy at FIS. And the debate was whether blockchain will replace current payment systems. It's about 19 minutes long. It was considered a draw, but it was quite interesting. So if you missed it, you can catch that on Alex Cobb's channel. One of the releases from Money 2020 today is the Wirex card is going to be launched in the US. It will have BTC, Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP. The card, was only available in Europe before, but now the residents of the United States will soon have access to this debit card. And one more big announcement that took place at booth 1379 in Las Vegas is Sepior and Japan's SBI group announced a joint development of a secure online wallet for Japan's first bank-backed government-licensed cryptocurrency exchange. That's the SBI VC site, and it is a proprietary wallet to secure the online contents and transactions on SBI's virtual currencies exchange platform, VC Trade. So it has the highest level of encryption key protection available, and that is going to be, I think, a real benefit to the users of the exchange. SBI is totally setting the new standards for cryptocurrency exchange security, and it will minimize the risk of assets being frozen or moved without the approval of the end user or custodians. So it eliminates the need for any device or entity to possess the entire private key at any time, making it effectively impossible for an attack to result in key theft. So I am really standing up, applauding this move. And sticking with SBI, we learned back in July that they were set to launch a cryptocurrency derivatives market here in Japan. And it was a welcome announcement because it will provide a greater liquidity and also some new diverse trading options that is really geared towards institutional investors. So SBI took a 12% stake in Clear Markets, which is a company out of North Carolina, and this is totally with institutional investors in mind. They are going to go after the family offices, hedge funds, and other big-time investors to trade virtual currency instruments comfortably. So we learned about that, and today the official announcement came out that they have started. Actually, the trade started on the 15th of October. Now, it has just rice futures to start with, but in the announcement here, it says that SBI futures plans to develop not only rice, but also domestic and foreign commodity derivatives. So this new exchange is up and running. They've got 1 foot off the ground, and it looks like it's going to hit its targeted goal date of the end of Japan's fiscal year, which is March 31st. And I think we had a little bit of a problem or misunderstanding with some YouTubers who were thinking that SBI was delaying some of their plans because things were not going to be done until March. But just to clarify, Japan's business year ends March 31st. It doesn't follow the Western calendar. And I was on Twitter just about a month ago, and there was a young gentleman who was so angry, and I just DM'd him and I asked him, please tell me why you are so angry at SBI and Kitao-san, because he's a CEO of a public company and he is not lying to people, as this young gentleman was saying. He was saying that all he does is lie. And I just didn't really get it, because I've been following SBI for years and I just don't see that kind of mistruths. So I asked him, please tell me why. And when I reached out to him, he cited this story. He said that it was because Japan's banking giant SBI delayed the launch of the crypto exchange to strengthen its security. So I said, yes, absolutely. I don't know if you know, but this was an improvement order that was sent out by the FSA. So when we look back, right after that big hack of the NEM, $530 million of NEM that took place on the CoinCheck exchange back in January, I had so many people that were affected by this. It was really scary. All of the coins were frozen. The whole site went dead and frozen for a couple of months, and nobody knew really what was going to happen. Luckily, Monix came in, and people who lost their NEM did receive, I think it was like 81 cents per coin that was stolen. So, I mean, it turned out to be a happy story at the end, but boy, it was really touch and go there during that time. And all exchanges were inspected. In fact, the FSA even used the word raids, that they participated in raiding the exchanges. So this is a black swan event. There is nothing that could have been planned. And at that time, with all of these inspections, it put a stick in the spokes of any exchange that was moving forward, or any application for that matter that was in process of being approved or disapproved. So, these things happen, unfortunately. And I explained to him that, wow, it really wasn't the fault of SBI. It was because the FSA had put through those mandatory improvement orders. So I just thought it was important to bring this up, because maybe there are other people out there who thought the same. Okay. There was a nice article today. The institutional herd will arrive in crypto by Q1 2019 by Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly, of course, is one of the biggest bulls out there. I always read his quotes because it makes me feel good. And he cites Fidelity could pave the way for the institutional investing. So that reminded me that I did a story on Abigail, the granddaughter of the founder of Fidelity, just a few days ago. And I was using this Forbes website to talk about Abigail Johnson. And look at this, her real-time net worth has even gone up since I last did the story. And it hasn't even been a week, I don't think. But I cited that Fidelity was managing 2.5 trillion. So they had 2.5 trillion in managed assets. And a lot of people left comments politely, thank you very much, that I was wrong, that it's actually 7 trillion. Well, I thought, gosh, really? I mean, could that Forbes site have was it that off? And I kind of got to the bottom of it by looking at the Fidelity website. So Fidelity has 6.9 trillion in total assets. You have to remember that they are a site like TD Ameritrade or Schwab. So there are people who are just using their platform to trade. But in terms of managed assets, it is 2.5 trillion in global assets under management. So now we have it clarified. Yes, there's 7 trillion total occurring in trade, but 2.5 in regards to managed assets. All right. So now that we're talking about money, let's go into the fluff story. I want to talk about manner in Japan because there is a very strict manner when it comes to money. You never give naked money. It's considered bad manner. So there is an envelope in Japan for every occasion, and the money goes into the envelope. So whether it's a baby's birth, a new year, coming of age, marriage, funeral, admission to school, if you have a sensei, and that sensei could be any teacher of the arts, or it could be your even your sensei at the dojo, which would be your martial arts, and you want to give a gift of money, which is considered mannerful and appropriate, but it has to go in an envelope. And those envelopes look something like, gosh, it's really hard with the light, looks something like this. And you can see this picture on the screen is one that's used in a celebratory fashion. So, and there's even a way that the money goes in. So it's face up for celebration and face down if it's like, for example, a funeral. And this is a little pochibukuro. These are small little tiny envelopes. Let's see if I can show you one. Here is one here. This would go to a sensei. It's a small one that you fold the money up and would then hand the envelope with two hands, never one hand. You hand the envelope with two hands and receive the envelope with two hands. That's another very strict manner. And then, of course, you have also this size here, which is for New Year's. This is Otoshidama. And then you have also kind of these beautiful long ones for, whatever you, maybe if you owe money to family or friends or something that's not celebratory, but the point is that you never handle or give money that's naked. You always use one of these beautifully printed envelopes. And there's one more style I want to show you. This is a type of bow that can be retied. So this kind of envelope is given, for example, new babies. And why? Because the bow knot is able to be retied repeatedly, which gives the symbol of something that is nice to happen many times. So for something that you want to repeat, be sure to put the money in a bow knot envelope. Okay, everybody, that's it for you today. All right, thank you so much for your time. Sayonara for now. Take care. Bye-bye.